Okay, folks, this will be a challenging one. This is getting close to a certain time. Let's see how we go with this. We've done a whole series of these. Let's see if we can make this one turn up a treat. It's going to be a challenging one, I do think. Do wonder how big we're going to make it. We're going to make it 200. I'm going to make a negative image out of this. I'm going to give it a bit of colour. No, it's going to be too blue. It's like a stupid teal. Maybe we'll go with teal. Oh, we haven't set the rest of this silly thing up. I don't know what we're doing there. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Okay, let's see what this thing is and what it's about. It is another Dad's Day birthday card. In other words, it's a Dad's birthday card. My dad's turning such and such, I don't remember. And I don't remember the day. I don't care, because he's an asshole. He doesn't accept my creative use of the photocopier. He basically thinks it's foolishness, and he always has. And he has done so for more than about 36 years. So we've had a real beef against our opinions. Dad and I, we just don't get along. He's a fucking bully and an asshole, a bully and a teaser. And he doesn't care that this is my passion. This is what I'm good at. I do believe I have high-functioning autism, which used to be referred to as, at the time, Asperger's syndrome. So having a passion like this is important in a person, for a person who's got Asperger's, to be in the zone with what they're passionate about. But if someone tries to take it away and make you ban you from doing it, in case me being banned from using the photocopier creatively, it's extremely destructive on the mental health and on the emotionals. It really hurts, and my dad doesn't seem to appreciate that. Just because it's different, just because he thinks it's odd or strange or fucking not normal, abnormal. Well, fuck you, Dad. You and you're fucking normal. You're so normal and straight, you're fucking stupid. You're a fucking fool. You're the fucking fool, Daddy. Go fuck yourself. You can't sing, and you are not a philosopher, so give up Sing Australia and give up philosophy, because it has not made you any better. You can't sing. Why don't you just go back to fixing things? You're good at that, Dad. Why can't I just be proud of you? You're such an asshole, Dad. You hurt my feelings. You know, you fucking hurt me. And you hit me back in 2012. So I remember that, Dad. I won't forgive you until you fucking apologise to me on the 6 o'clock news, where this artwork is hopefully going to appear. You are an asshole, Dad. How dare you ask me how I feel when you've pissed me off, when you've wound me up like a top and made me explode in your face. It's your fucking fault, Dad. You are a fucking asshole, and I hate you, and I'll always hate you until you fucking apologise, bitch. And I don't care what you think of my language, the more the merrier. The more fucking bad language, the better, folks. More fucking offensive to my daddy. He was a real Mr. Fix-It. He was good at fixing electronics. He was good at fixing electrical things. He was good at carpentry, the saw. He was really good at that shit, but he doesn't want to fucking show it. He just wants to be a fucking idiot. He's trying to be something he's not. He sings with a group called Sing Australia. For those who love to sing is their slogan or their motto. But Dad can't sing. Even when he was at school, he was called a croaker. Get over it, Dad. You're a croaker. Go fix things instead. You're fucking good at fixing things. I remember. I'll tell you a good thing Dad did that I'll never forget. Once that we had a Rank Arena colour TV. It broke down and Dad fixed it. It took a while for him to get it fixed because he couldn't get the spare parts, but he was working as a, he worked for many years as a telecommunications technician. And he was trained in electronics and shit, and he obviously knew component level electronics. Forget about flicking boards, changing boards, power circuit boards. My dad was doing component level electronics on that TV. He found the problem component, ordered the part. When the part arrived, he got it fixed, and it worked again. I just don't know why I can't. It's very hard for me to think of my dad like that when he's just such an asshole. You know, he's such a fucking asshole. I can't think of anything else that he is but an asshole. You know, I really feel hurt. You know, it's really painful to think that my own flesh and blood hates my guts, and he treats me like the kids at school treated me in the school. I got bullied at school, and I don't accept bullying especially from my own fucking family. So I'm going to give my dad an ultimatum. I am not going to talk to him. I'm not talking to you, Dad. I am not interacting with you. I'm certainly not going to visit you until you fucking apologise on the channel that airs this material. You got to ring up the TV channel and fucking apologise and let it go to air, you fucktard. Tell them to put it on air, your apology. Because I'm not going to forgive you, Dad, until you fucking are sorry you ever fucking put my head wrong, you fucktard. I'm not going to give you this card. It's not for you. It's for the photocopier. The photocopier gets to see it. You don't. You just get to see how I use it on the photocopier. So fuck off, Dad. Fuck off! And you don't like my language? Fuck you. I will use that language any old how I like. I reserve my right to use and express my language and to put my finger up at you, you fucking dickhead. I use all the language because I don't feel happy. I'm very angry at you, Dad, as you can see, and I want to fucking ruin your fucking enjoyment until you fucking stupid, well, fucktard, you apologise. This is really, really, really... I think we might do a better colour than this. I don't like the yellow for this. Don't know what colour we're going to utilise. What colour are we going to utilise, folks? I'm going to go pink. But yeah, I'm really not happy with Dad, folks. I'm not happy with the way he's treated me over the years. You know I used to be a negative thinker and I used to unload on him a lot, but I don't do that anymore. I'd rather not. I'd rather just keep to myself and let my fucktard Dad think about the shit he has done. I have no power over my father unless I isolate from him. So I have to fucking deal with... I just can't... My dad just pisses me off. He really hurts my feelings. He really does. It hurts my feelings the way he likes to piss me around and make me feel little. You know, he even hangs pictures on the wall that are not mine. He just buys prints from the fucking shops. I don't know which shops or a gallery. I don't know which shops or gallery he goes to buy them. But he hasn't got any of my shit. It's like he's doing that to upset me, to fucking piss me off. He just doesn't have any appreciation for my creativity. He doesn't know that that to take away this creativity is to unlock huge destruction. He doesn't seem to think that it's destructive to stop me from doing my art. But it is. It's extremely destructive, folks. And to treat me like that is just so wrong. I got teased and bullied at school. I'm not taking it from my own fucking father. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to let it happen. You know, I'm not going to let Dad fucking have any kind of license to fuck me up. You know, I really hate it, folks. That turned out shit. This is not turning out too well. I don't know why I'm not getting a good result with this. But basically, I really wish I could just admire my dad as a Mr. Fix-It, not as a fucking destroyer. not as a destroyer of self-esteem and mental health. You know, it makes him really angry, you know. He likes to drive me nuts, and I don't like being driven nuts. And he gets to fucking see me explode. And he got angry at me for exploding, so he hit me. He did this to me, folks. I screamed because he was winding me up. He was teasing me, and he did this to me. He hit me on the neck, and I screamed even higher. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking lowlife. He did it. It was his fault. He started the fucking fight. But I never hurt him. I never fucking hit him. I should have hit the bitch back. I should have hit him back, like the kids at school used to get hit back when I was teased and then physically hit. I didn't. I was the one in the right. I should have, when the police were called for the disturbance that I caused, I should have told the police the truth, that my dad hit me, and maybe Dad could have spent a little bit of time in the lockup, which would have been funny. But I wasn't game enough. I was a little bit gutless, not acting on it. However much I really wish I could have got Dad into a bit of trouble with the cops for fucking me up. So, yeah, I would have liked to have seen my dad get into some kind of trouble, but he didn't. I didn't have the guts to do it. Unfortunately, I wasn't game enough. I wasn't brave enough. I was too scared that I was going to cop it. Pardon the pun, no fucking pun intended, but basically I was afraid that I was going to get into trouble with Dad, so I didn't have the guts to call to let the police know that I was assaulted by my father. So if my father doesn't like to hear this on the news, well, he can go fuck himself. Because Dad, I hope people know how violent you can get, because you're a fucking violent bitch. You're a fucking fucktard. I'll always remember you as violent. Dad, I not think of you as something loving and caring. Fuck, I hate my dad. I really do. I really hate my fucking dad. I really hate his guts. He can go fuck himself and his bullshit. If he wants to bully me, he can go fucking get stuffed. You know, he's not gonna get what he wants. I'm not gonna give him what he wants. I'm not gonna fucking perform for him ever again, because I'm not gonna be around him to be bullied and teased and offended. So I'm just going to turn it on him, you know, turn him upside down, inside out. If he doesn't like being put on the news for what he's done, he can go fuck himself. It's his problem. He started it. He starts the fight. I finish the fight without actually physically fighting him. I really hate my dad, folks. And I really do. I really don't like the way he is. I don't like his attitude. He thinks he can get away with it. He can go fuck himself, because I'm not going to fucking let him. I'm not letting him get away with his shit ever again. So the only way to deal with that bitch is not to see him or to talk to him, because that means he gets victory if you fucking interact with such a slut like him. And I can't interact with a slut like him. He's got the upper hand, you know? He's got too much power attached to him. And I don't. Now that looks really quite interesting. I do like that little bit there. I do not like the way this is going. This piece is not working very well. I don't know why I'm having such a load of trouble making it work. But my dad really, he's not the nice guy, and I really find him very horrible to deal with, and I really need to stay away from him and his rubbish. This is going to be a real prolongated demo, folks. And that's shit. That's turning out shit. I do seem to be pushing it too far down. I don't know how I'm going to find the sweet spot for this piece. I don't know what to do with it, folks. I actually think I might just take out the negative positive. I don't think it's working for this. I think a positive image might be a better one. I wish my dad could make me think positive, because he always used to accuse me of being a negative thinker, but he's the one that started it. I do think he started the negative thinking when I was a kid, because when I was a kid he used to strap me with a belt, like what you have on your waist. You know, he just pulls it off and gives it fucking doubles it over and smack, smack, smack. And he really knows how to deal that one out. And also I have a memory that I'd like to share from when I was about 5 years old. I don't know what I did wrong and what provoked it, but my dad once locked me out of the house when I was 5 years old, and I was sitting on the doorstep, and I'm pretty sure I was crying, and the stupid slut left me out on the doorstep, on the front doorstep, because I must have done something to really offend him. I don't know what it was that I offended him with, but it was enough to prompt him to do that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to focus on that little tape measure icon. But basically, he was really mean and horrible, and basically he hurt my feelings, and I don't know why he had to lock me out on the doorstep, folks. I don't know why he had to do that. What did I do wrong to provoke such a horrid response? What did I do wrong, folks? Really, that's really beggars belief, folks. Beggars reasons or belief as to why my dad was to take me as a child and lock me out of the house. We were living in Queensland at the time. We were living in Cairns, and that's what my dad did. He locked me out. And I don't know how long I was locked out for. It felt like at least 15 minutes. It felt like 15 minutes from memory. Wouldn't know anyway. But basically, I don't know what I did wrong to earn that punishment that he obviously thought he could mete out on me. I don't know why he figured it necessary to lock me out. Don't ask me, folks, because I don't. It is a bit of a mystery. I don't know why he did it, folks. Why he locked me out. That was a long time ago, but it's still, I remember it, folks, and it's worthy of mention because my dad is a bully. I'm sad to say that I put him in a similar category as the people at school who gave me a hard time. He's a fucking bully. He's no better than they are, and he deserves to be outed. I don't care what he thinks anymore. I don't care any more about him. I just don't fucking care. I tried to be nice to him. I went through an existential crisis that lasted more than 21 years, and that sort of made the problem with my dad more pronounced, and now I have to pay the price, and that's come up looking quite interesting, but I did want that to go down a bit. I do think maybe, I do wonder how I'm going to make this piece work. But basically, yeah, my dad really didn't know how to care for me or to love me. And basically, yeah, he, I don't know how I'm going to make this one work. If I'm going to maybe make this into a more of a movement piece, I do think. But basically, my dad really hurt my feelings, and it really was painful having to deal with dad being a fucking bully instead of being a dad. And it really hurt my feelings that I can't make my dad a nice guy. I can't turn him into someone worthy of love. And I actually, when I was talking about a song on the radio by the artist called Howard Jones. It was called What Is Love? And Dad thought I asked him the question, what is love? So he answered with the reply like a question that he thought he was answering. He basically said, oh, what is love? It's like, fuck, he doesn't know what love is. My own fucking father doesn't even know what love is. That explains why he's such a fucking asshole, folks. That explains why he behaves the way that he does. Because he doesn't know what love is. He's got an iron heart. I've never even seen my dad cry. Never have I seen my dad shed a tear, folks. No, seriously, I've never seen him cry. I've heard him say, oh, if you don't do this, I'll do my block. But I've never seen my dad ever, on any circumstance, I've never seen him cry. I'm going to move that down a bit. I've never seen him cry. That's the funny thing. It's like he's got a heart of fucking granite. He doesn't have a heart. He's a tin man. He's a fucking tin man, folks, my dad. He doesn't know what love is. That's basically the bottom line, is he doesn't know what love is. I never knew what love was until 2011. But Dad doesn't believe that I know what love is. He doesn't seem to think I've changed or I've grown. He just thinks I'm the same person I've always been. This negative thinker and this negative person that he thinks I am. So, I'm trying to work out how to make this piece look any good. Don't want to run out of time on this micro SD card. But yeah, my dad just does not know for the life of me what love is. He just doesn't know. And that's the problem he has. That's the problem that I have with my dad, is that he knows not what love is. I'm going to make this into something different. I do think I might make this into a movement piece, because I'm running out of ideas on how to make this piece actually work before I run out of fucking space on this card. This might be the longest demo I've ever done. But yeah, my dad knows not what love is. And that explains why he's such a fucking asshole. And I'm going to utilise this as our piece. But yeah, he doesn't know what love is. He just does not know what the fuck love is. And he just... I don't know how I'm going to finish this piece. This piece is shit. It's bloody shit. My dad's a piece of shit. This piece is a piece of shit. I think we're going to utilise that one. But I really miss my partner Luigi. And I know that if my dad can see that I'm related to someone, that I have a relationship with someone as nice as Luigi, well, maybe he'll accept me. But I haven't got the option of finding Luigi at this stage, because I'm trying to get this material to go to the 6 o'clock news. And I don't see my dad respecting me until I've at least made it on the news. So, trying to get on the 6 o'clock TV news, the free-to-air prime time. And that'll hopefully mean that my dad will respect me for the first time in his fucking life. And in my life. Now that looks really nice. I think we might... I don't know if we're going to make it a little bit less on the vertical. This is going to be a real long piece to upload as well. $320. I don't know if that's going to be enough. This will probably be the longest demo in history on this phone. This micro SD card is going to be fucking full, and I've fucked up. I've made it too small, too big still, or maybe this version's better. I don't know, folks. I'm just panicking, folks. This is panic mode. I'm going to go back to 340, which I think is the amount I had on that other piece. But I'm really missing partner Luigi, and I need UTV channels to make this shit happen, because it's really important that I get along with my father, but not just my father. I also have a problem with my brother, who also is a bully like Dad. So I don't have anything that's worth anything without going to air on television and finding my partner Luigi. I really miss him, and it really hurts to be separated from him. So I really need to get in touch with with Luigi, because I know that then my dad and my brother will see that I'm not a fucking idiot with a photocopier, just a fucking idiot with a photocopier. So I have to fucking get in touch with Luigi, and I want to get married to him. I'm nearly 50. I'm turning 50 on the 1st of July 2023, so I'm not getting any younger. I really miss Luigi, and I really need to get in touch with him, folks. It's urgent. And this work I'm doing is costly, and I'm really nervous on this one because I've really made this one a real long demo. I don't know how I'm going to upload this. It's going to take a long time. It probably won't upload on Facebook because Facebook is temperamental. It'll have to go up on YouTube at least. Anyway, enough of that, folks. It's been worth it. I think we can now call this demo quits.